Hello, hello. I was just driving along and noticing all the leaves coming down. It's autumn here now, definitely into autumn. The air's changed. It's got that kind of nip to it now, even when the sun's out. And I remembered as well, it's new moon. It was new moon last night, and so there's this kind of feeling of like things being pared back and stripped back, and it just got me thinking about how this whole thing, the whole last, where are we, 2.5 years, more than just about, that this whole thing is this great reveal, isn't it, on so many levels. And one of them is this stripping back of the superficial, I'd say. Like, this is in a good way. This is one of the positives, is that it's been obviously a huge wake-up call for many of us, even those who have been aware of the agenda and everything, you know, that's been planned for a long time. Still, when it actually hits, those superficial relationships that have fallen away, you know, so much superfluous, kind of empty conversations and things that we just don't feel like engaging in anymore. Looking at what's important to us. And I think as we head into harsher times with all of this, again, it's the reveal, it's stripping away those things that we've always thought that we need to be happy, we need to have in our lives, that we've overly focused on being actively encouraged to, conditioned to, that actually when these things are being taken from us, more of this stripping back that's against our will, it simplifies a lot of things, really, doesn't it? It brings home, like, what is actually the most important thing? Is it the material comforts? Not even comforts, really, I'd say, you know, just the things that we've been pushed to aspire to and want, and, you know, that's kind of the focus of life, is to have this and have the holidays and have this and this. But actually, what's left when these things are taken away? What are the most important things? I just find it really interesting that when those options are removed, what's left and what are the things that matter? And I think to the other extreme, where it's all about physical survival, that's all that matters, you'll do anything to survive, that will soon become, you know, it's just obvious that no, there is so much more to life than just this physical survival. So it's this balance, isn't it, where you've got, I'm just thinking aloud clearly here, it's just stuff that has been going through my mind, that you've got on the one extreme, constant focus on the material, the money, you know, earning the money, and to be able to have and do all of these different things. And if you can't do that, then life's not worth living. And then at the other end of the spectrum, this absolute focus, as those things are taken away, as long as you can survive, which of course is also, that's not life at all. So what are the things that make life worth living? What are those things that we want to be, that all of us want to be and need to be experiencing? And a lot of it is yeah, Samantha Rose Jones, hello. Yeah, family health and inner peace, love, all of those things that I think for most of us, they're going to be pretty much the same. Actually, when you really strip it down and look at what is it within you. And those are those things, and they're the things to focus on now. Rather than the lack and the, my God, we're having this taken away from us. Obviously, when we're struggling to have our basic needs met, then yeah, clearly we need food, we need shelter, we need warmth, we need all of those things. So it's taking care of that and the other things that really are important. So I've been talking a lot about, you know, making sure you've got your people around you, you've got your support system, because that when everything else fails, that's the ultimate comfort, isn't it? That's the ultimate feeling of safety. Like, even if you're going through really, really trying times together, you're together. And that's so much more important than this frenetic pace that we're all at, trying to hold everything together. I think this whole mad situation that we're in is this revealing to ourselves, like what we really are underneath all of this, when the noise is reduced. So yeah, I was just thinking about that, just seeing everything. I always love watching the seasons, and yeah, it just sort of tuning into it. But it's just interesting to see, like, you've always got the two sides of everything, haven't you? With this, we've got everything. You can look at it as all the things being taken away, and it's this terrible thing, but at the same time we could not have gone on the way we were going, and actually it's never been designed to. I do think, just quickly before I hop off, that there's going to be huge amounts of stuff revealed from now moving forward, especially to do with that. And I think it's part of it. I don't think it could ever have been hidden. I think with all the attempts, you know, there's no way something that huge could be buried. But I think it could be used. We have to still remain very vigilant. It's great when all these things come out and it's like, wow, people are waking up and they know, they're watching all of this, and they're constantly amending the agenda, or the facets of the agenda. The agenda remains the same. I would, say it's complete control, but how that's managed is going to be tweaked, to fit in with how we're processing things, how we're awakening, really, at what speed, at what level. So I think we have to be very wary. I did read an article, it's been around actually, a few people have sent it to me, and again, it's always when there are things sort of in your mind already, you get these other things that kind of back it up or address it in some way. And yeah, this was about how the especially with the jab and that whole nightmare actually being revealed, that it's then there's the possibility of this sweeping in with, it can never happen again, this admitting, yes, this did happen and these bad people, and we cannot allow this to happen again. And so this is, which would all sound wonderful, but who are those we? Anytime we've got any kind of centralized power, anytime we've got anybody any groups, any individuals set up as leaders, then we're not sovereign. We're not living in our true nature. So we have got to be wary. I think it doesn't mean be constantly fearful and look at any revealing of truth as being, oh, it's a double-edged sword. Not necessarily, but I think we have to be realistic about the goals. While people are still looking for saviours and leaders, we are open to manipulation. So for me, again, I've been looking into more stuff the last week or so, just videos and articles, you know, just getting a bit more drawn in, and it's totally overwhelming for me, the conflicting information, and you know, things being so compelling on one side plus the other side, maybe another side. It can be mind-blowing. And again, I'm reminded, get still, get focused, get inside, deal with your reaction to this rather than focused on the external all the time. So I think, yeah, until we're truly in our power, we're not going to have that bullshitometer that's really, really working when people do come along and say that everything's, you know, they're saying the right thing, everything that you want to hear. And if we're still looking for that outside guidance over and above our own, then we're just open to exploitation and manipulation in the same way we always have. So I think we've seen, haven't we, with the latest, you know, the big news with the passing of the Queen here and that whole debacle, including many people within the freedom movement. It's mind-boggling to me. But without having to go down any rabbit holes, it's just that's the ultimate symbol of an elite, a power structure, and us, you know, top-down power and paying this obedience, and so I think we're kind of in our infancy still, really, when it comes to being in our true power. But yeah, so that's my thoughts. Anyway, I hope you're all doing really well, and yeah, I will catch you soon. Sending lots of love, and yeah, I'll speak to you later. Peace.